TV host Kevin O'Leary mouths off daily on how you can make money. The guy should know the software company he started sold for $3.5 billion. He's brash, opinionated, rich, and getting richer. Lawrence Lewin has the life most entrepreneurs can only dream of. Models, lace, lingerie. He's shaped them all into one of the nation's most successful retail empires. The company he co-founded, La Senza, took in $410 million last year. First to face the Dragons tonight is Jason Carruthers. His vision is to open a new type of eyeglass shop, and he's looking for $200,000 to launch it. Remember, Dragons Den rules dictate he has to get at least that, or he gets nothing at all.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Jason Carruthers. I'm here to tell you about Faceform. I'm looking for $200,000. In exchange, you'll receive 25% of the company. First of all, Faceform is a store that does one thing only. It makes women look good in eyeglasses. Now, I'll tell you how that happens.
There's nobody else doing that.
Well, let me tell you about the system. There are people that are doing that.
No kidding.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What's unique about Faceform is that that's all we do. Glasses can either make you look better or they can make you look worse. Now, as an optician, I spent 12 years making women look good in glasses.
You're excited about this, Jason. I can see that.
Yes, I am. Very excited. Now, let me tell you how I'm going to make women look beautiful in these glasses, okay? I developed this system, and the way it works is, first, we start off with only the most feminine frames, okay? Because there's nothing worse than a woman wearing a unisex plain-looking frame.
What's
a feminine frame, and how do you know what they are?
Well, it's more feminine. Very simple. It's more curved shapes, colors. Okay, it's like you can identify a dress as opposed to a suit.
Jason, you're getting very excited, and I just want to calm down and just listen to your bit. Is this a retail unit selling frames for women?
Yes.
Or in
Only
its
women.
basic?
Yes.
And they are the most fashionable frames?
Well, very close, sir.
Okay.
This is a retail concept whereby we take other retail brands that currently exist and that are available in other stores. However, what's very different about it is the fact that we don't display the frames so the customer can choose their own. It's very dangerous because you could choose the wrong one. You could end up looking worse. It's a fact.
Explain
Keep going.
the system.
The system is we first start with the most feminine styles, then we categorize them into 4 different types. Do you want to look like an executive, a business look? Do you want to look artistic? Do you want to look casual? Or do you want to look
like Elton John's mother?
Okay, exactly.
Right. Okay, keep
exactly.
going, keep going.
So the customer says, I want to look like blank.
Right.
Then the stylist will only show the customer frames from that category that complement her face shape, coloring, features, etc.
What's different about that than every other eyeglass store in the universe?
I'll tell you what's extremely different about it is, number one, there are no women's optical stores in the world today that I'm aware of.
There's nobody so dumb
one in
to cut half
Edmonton.
the market off.
Well, excuse me, sir, I think it's actually very smart to cut off half the market because thereby doing so, I'm more able to attract the female customer. Women buy at least 50% of all eyeglasses, and by specializing in women's eyeglasses, we therefore are able to provide this benefit.
Jason, again, calm down here a bit.
Okay, let me take a breath.
Good man.
Excuse me.
You're an experienced optician. Have you ever done this before?
Yes, I've
Tell
already
me
tested.
about your previous experience.
Okay, my experience was, let me go quickly and say I've opened a store for men and women. It failed. Pass over that.
That's great.
Okay. I opened a store for women only, and it failed again because I didn't have the money.
That's even better. So we failed twice. We get to invest in the 3rd shot?
Yes, sir.
This is exciting.
I'll tell you why this is going to work.
I'm dying to hear it.
By offering the benefit of looking good in glasses, which I might add is not being...
You mean the other stores made you look bad in glasses?
No, sir, but they don't have the system that does that.
I don't understand where you failed twice in this thing.
Yep.
I'd be getting out of the glass business if I were you.
You're separating the product from the customer, and that was why you failed the last 2 times. Not 1, but 2.
No. Sir, this is based on a proven formula of business, which is to create a new category that doesn't exist. Women's optical stores don't
Women's
exist.
glasses don't exist?
This is a haywire idea.
Sir, women's optical stores.
Jason, you're not listening. What aren't you getting here?
But Jason, what do women's optical stores sell? They sell women's glasses.
That's right. That's right. They sell women's eyeglasses, but they don't have the system that makes them look good.
Jason, did you think of this seriously? I mean,
Yep,
be honest with me.
I will. I am.
Is this the idea you used to get on the show? Or did you think of this on the way down the stairs? Because I got to tell you,
Being serious?
I'm serious. Tell me honestly.
Honestly, this comes as a result of 4 years of reading business books. I thought this didn't come to me in a dream. This is specifically
Jason,
planned.
you're not reading business books, you're reading comics.
Jason, are you making a good living doing what you're doing?
No, but that doesn't matter.
Well, sure it does. Listen, I think you should concentrate on that so it gets better, because this retail stuff you want to do is not a good idea. That's just a fact of life.
A lot of people try businesses that fail and they go on to succeed.
But you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker doing it. Get something else going. You're no good in the eyeglasses.
You're not seeing this. None of you are seeing this.
Jason,
you're missing something very important
Listen
here.
for a minute. I'm telling you, read 2 books. Read the one about Schultz, how he created.
I read
and
that
did,
book.
and-
Howard Schultz, pour your heart into it.
And how he did Starbucks, and read Faith Popcorn's book of how she deal with women. And then you
Read both of those
take a
books,
look.
and sir, listen to me.
I'm listening to you, but it's not
Howard
working.
Schultz created a new category of product.
Jason, we're not talking about coffee.
Look at the
Jason.
examples. BlackBerry.
It's not the eyeglass
What's it got
business.
to do with eyeglasses?
It's the same formula for,
It's
for a
called
brand.
BS
This
is
is
what I
about building
call
a
it.
brand.
I've got to go on the record. I'm out with extreme prejudice.
If we don't quit here right now, we're going to need a spreader to get rid of the manure that's coming out of here, because that's what's coming out right now. And thank you very much for coming, Jason. I'm out.
Jason, I don't think you've learned anything from your failures, which is unfortunate. So I'm out.
I don't even agree with the business ideas that you're saying. I'm sorry, I'm out.
I'm out.
You got to exit stage left, my
Thank you.
friend.
Thank you for your advice.
Oh, unbelievable.
Okay, that's brutal.
Was another
That's
satisfied
brutal.
customer?
What would it have meant to you to have got this deal?
The money would have meant I could pay back some people I owe money to for my other failed business. That's something that really eats away at me, is the fact that I owe money to other people, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to pay them back.
I really feel for you. It must just be crushing.
The answer is yes. But again, there is worse pain in the world than not getting a lot of money.
So what a woman does is when she's in a peak mood,
After the break,
she looks at these symbols and she chooses the one she's most attracted to.
A woman is in a what
the
mood?
dragons are in a mood.
I want to find out how we make money on this baby.
I want to sell 1 million of these. This is my goal.
But could there be a deal in the cards? Find out when we return. Next into the den, Alexandra Rose with a women's self-help product.
I'm here today to introduce you to the Hidden You, Become Your Potential.
The what?
The Hidden You,
Hidden You.
Become Your Potential. I am seeking a $65,000 investment, and in return, I am prepared to offer 20% stake. I created this product 10 years ago.
She's selling a set of illustrated cards. Each of these symbols relates to a different mood.
So what a woman does is when she's in a peak mood, when she's feeling great and she's peaking, she looks at these symbols and she chooses the one she's most attracted to.
I'm sorry. A woman is in a what mood?
A peak mood, an amazing mood. Like, I'm in a great mood right now. I'm peaking. I'm at my best right now. So I would choose the symbol I'm most attracted to. This product is the size to fit in your pocket. You take it out of your pocket, you pick your symbol, and then you flip the card over. And on the back of the card, what it does is it describes the woman's potential at that moment.
How many of these cards?
Is this come off some kind of ancient history? Is there a painting in an old wall? And
I'll tell you where exactly it came from and you'll get it.
'Cause
But
I got
the
an
ink blot
idea.
test.
The what?
Ink blot test.
listen,
60,000
Jennifer's
in one
peeking.
Okay,
Let her pick
yeah,
a color.
so let's see what this does.
Beautiful.
So it's going to be the top right-hand corner.
That's energy. So right now, are you feeling very high level of energy inside and you're vibrating a little? You have some excitement going on?
Whoa.
Your creative juices are alive. Your wild soul is free. Your body is invigorated and fortified. Sex is magnificent.
Yeah.
Take advantage of this great rush of energy.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You can get that from smoking weed.
Yes.
I want to find out how we make money on this baby.
I want to sell 1 million of these. This is my goal. Chapters is already interested. That's Canada. They have about 200 stores. I need to take this into the States.
How many stores are you in right now?
None.
Alexander, you've been in the business 10 years and you have not got this product
That's right.
into any stores.
That's right.
Alex, do you not see how ridiculous this is?
No.
Obviously not.
No. No, 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 no. Not at all.
Alex, let
Not
me
at
see
all.
one of the cards, okay?
Sure.
Because, like, I want to pick the center design. And I want to read the card.
Oh, that's,
No, but
very,
I
that's
wanna-
very nice.
What's the center
The
design?
center design is
All right, I got it here. Let me read it. Alex, you are a crazy chicken, and this is a really bad idea. I'm out.
Let me see that. Let me see that. Alex, stop smoking weed in your backyard. I'm out.
I don't get it.
Alex, I think this idea is about as useful as a bra on a kipper. And therefore, I'm out.
okay. Well, thank you.
So far tonight, the Dragons have declined to invest their cash. But can this next entrepreneur change things around? Jonathan Levine is asking the Dragons for $250,000. And remember, he has to get at least what he asks for, or he leaves empty-handed.
My name is Jonathan Levine. I'm here representing Green Server Inc. of Calgary. I'm the founder and CTO of the company, and I'm here to raise $250,000 of your money in exchange for 8% of my company.
What percentage?
How much?
8?
8.
I don't like that to start with.
So, you have any sales?
Nope.
So you're dreaming in Technicolor that anybody is going to give you a valuation like that with no revenue. But having said
Well,
that,
let's see the product.
Tell
Let's
us,
see the
yeah,
product.
tell us about it.
Maybe
Okay.
it's the best product since something.
The Green Server is a little box of magic. You take one of these things home and plug it into your home network. It makes your PCs run faster. It makes them behave more reliably.
Jonathan's green box is an electronic device that connects to home computers. It's supposed to make your PC run faster and use less energy.
And it saves you money.
Jonathan, you got to be kidding. You got to be kidding me. How can I measure any of that?
Oh, it's easily measurable.
It goes faster,
It's
runs farther, jumps higher.
If you remove server tasks from your PC, tasks that PC shouldn't be performing, you're
But I
going to
get
reduce
that.
the stress on that PC. And the green aspect of this, the part where you save money, is by pulling those tasks off of the PC, put that on a little 20-watt box, suddenly you've introduced some efficiency.
I was kind of excited the fact that you'd be able to build a small server. The fundamental problem there, though, is everybody at home already has a PC.
Each of those PCs, and there are in the average house 2 or 3 running in the house at a time, are consuming an enormous amount of power.
But I can't measure it.
We do measure it. You measure it on your power bill.
Let's
Each of those
simplify it
machines-
to a family. Buy this green box and save a very small amount of electricity on your PCs.
It's not a very small amount. In fact, the amount of
How many
power
dollars
these
a
things
month
are-
could you save?
Jonathan, nobody cares on saving money on a PC. Nobody sits around and says, look at the electricity we're using on a PC.
And that's
Life's
exact-
not like
we-
that.
we
That-
have-
Tell us how many dollars.
A PC now running 400 or 500 watts is the average machine. Is costing you about $100 a year to run. If you put 3 or 4 of those in a house, that turns into significant
So
money, which
what?
can be saved.
How much can be saved?
That depends
This
on
is all
on the
that
extent to
matters
which
for you. This
which
is your
you reduce
moment.
The duty cycle.
And the answer is, and your answer is,
You can save 75, 85, 90% of that
You save $500 a year on power for your PC?
if you have enough PCs in the house.
Jonathan, you're a mad scientist who loves technology. I admire that. And you were having way too many beers with other mad scientists.
This is a market play. In fact, the technology in here is very modest. It's way more modest than I'm accustomed to designing.
Jonathan.
We're reducing the overall power usage on the part of those computers, the power consumption of which is steadily rising year by year.
I'm going to regret asking this question, but how much will it retail for?
Right now, the hardware we've kind of targeted between $300 and $500.
Jonathan,
We're going to bring the price down on that, but it pays out along with the cost of the service
Jonathan,
in 9 months with 2
a
PCs.
PC can be purchased for less than $500. Here's where I'm at. I forbid you to pursue this idea. I want you to stop right now, and I'm out.
You're offering to save me $4 or $5 a month on electricity.
No.
Wait a minute, for a $500 item
You're
per
spitballing
PC.
the savings
Plus 20 bucks a
numbers, and in
month.
fact, they're a lot greater.
Appreciate the time. I'm out.
What you've sold me so far is you've sold me that I can save $5 a month on electricity bills.
And the
I'm out.
$5 you can't measure.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
in
out.
fact, we can measure it. We know how much those PCs take.
Jonathan, this is a non-quantifiable cost saving.
It's absolutely quantifiable.
It's good and everything. Let me finish. For some crazy reason, I thought maybe there was a product there.
And there certainly is, and it's not, and there's. I admit there's some complexity in the product. We've got a number of features that over the 2 years that we've been working on this have evolved into it. It started out very simply as a media
I've
server.
changed my mind. It's not just a bad idea, it's evil. It's
Why?
taking multiple people's time and wasting it, including yours. Stop this madness. I forbid you to go forward.
I am respectfully going to have to refuse to take that advice.
Don't cross Kevin.
I never agree with my fellow dragon very often, but he is absolutely right. Stop. This is nuts.
And I shall watch with curiosity if this product ever gets marketed.
I shall certainly look forward to hearing from all of you if it does.
He's a mad scientist.
This one, we need to get the government involved to stop this.
So how was that for you?
That was a bloodbath.
Were you expecting that?
No, absolutely not. We've got a solid idea here that's been evolving for a couple of years.
So what's their problem, do you think?
Well, I think they're taking their roles here as dragons rather than angels, which is what we call them in the real world, a little bit too seriously. They're looking to beat somebody up rather than to actually assess the idea on its merits.
After the break,
It sees through fog, haze, sandstorm.
the Dragons get a glimpse at a product of the future.
This is a great product.
But will they buy something sight unseen?
Sean, can we see one?
When we return. Welcome back. All the entrepreneurs who pitch to the Dragons think their ideas can make them millions. Next into the den, Sean Randall from Vancouver has developed a pair of super binoculars that can see through almost anything.
Now, what makes this product different than what you'll see on the market is it sees through fog, haze, sandstorms, and any other environment out there. What makes these binoculars different is that they have a technology that's called VET, Visual Enhancement Technology. It's kind of what you're already used to on your computer screens at home or your TV where you use the contrast in the gain. We've just taken that a step further.
Let's take a sandstorm. Is it seeing through the grains one at a time and assimilating an image?
And answering your question is removing the noise. They consider that noise.
Right, okay.
He's asking for $200,000 for 30% of his company.
So who buys this? Obviously, the armed forces would look at this in a huge way.
We've had the U.S. Marines look at it. We have the U.S. Coast Guard. We have the Border Integrity Unit here at the RCMP. We have an airport in California. We have a port facility in California that
Right away, the Dragons scout a possible deal.
How much would we sell it for?
These units will go probably about $1,500 to $2,500, depending on if you want a laser rangefinder on it.
That's really unbelievable. That's great.
This is a great product, and you are a great guy.
You are in the 1% of people who have come here to present products that actually make sense. this is not a piece of crap. Somebody will buy this.
And you know, if what you're saying is true and it works that way, this could be a revolutionary product.
We think so. Like I said, I've invested my house money in it, and wife's not happy, but she'll be happy.
She'll never be happy.
Sean shows he's completely committed to this idea.
I've spent our down payment on the house so far over $150,000 to get it to this point.
You have the technology and you're very credible in how you're presenting it. I also have been involved in investments selling to government, including the military. The sales cycle is a lifetime.
But Kevin sees trouble on the horizon.
You start now, they want to buy it. Your son's daughter's sister will be alive when they finally give you the purchase order. That's the problem. Selling those guys, nightmare from hell.
Sean's chance for a deal drifts away as the Dragons spot another potential problem.
Do you have the prototype here?
No, I don't. That's a negative.
He didn't bring his one working model into the den. And without it, the Dragons' excitement evaporates.
And so what you're asking me to invest in is very early. You say it works, but we haven't gone out and gotten any orders, not one.
I hate to do this, but I'm out because I think it's too early too.
You've done a great job explaining it. I just think this is a sophisticated investment. I would have to see it. I'd have to experience it.
In the end, the Dragons just couldn't see it.
You were so close. I bet if you'd had the prototype here, you probably could have got the deal.
I think so, too.
Where's the prototype?
It's in Vancouver, sitting on the floor in a box.
Why isn't it here?
Bad strategy. I was kind of trying to entice them a little bit, get them sold on it, and doing maybe the due diligence, hook them with the actual working prototype, but that's not how it played out today, so I'll live with that one.
The Dragons are ready to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars of their own money, but so far, no one's persuaded them to do so. Will Maya Sinclair sway them? She wants $20,000.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Maya Sinclair. I'm from Vancouver, and I would like to introduce you to a company named Aquablanket Incorporated. For $20,000 of investment, I'm offering 5% of the company. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Czechoslovakia. The country was occupied by Russian army and the communistic regime. I was dreaming about coming to North America and being an entrepreneur. So I tried actively for 4 years to escape, and finally I managed to escape. I came to Canada with $20 in my pocket and a few words of British English. My family, my father, he disowned me for fear of being persecuted by the regime that I left the country. So I started by myself here. I worked very hard with the help of student loan. I put myself through university. I would like to show you something. Eureka! That's what a famous physicist and mathematician Archimedes exclaimed when he was stimulated by having long soak in a bath and found a solution to his problem. Similarly to Archimedes, I enjoy taking long baths, and that's where I do my relaxation and my best thinking. But my problem was that the water was getting cold. So I had to drain all the water and replace it with hot water, because just adding hot water was not solving my problem. And I came with an idea of Aquablanket. Aquablanket is made of a very special material and has fabulous insulating properties. So it keeps the water from getting cold in about 10-15 minutes to way over 90 minutes.
Maya, sorry, I may have missed something, but there seems to be a fundamental flaw. When I'm in a bath,
Yes.
I find that if you do turn the water on, it does get hotter. Also, the very concept of a bath, I always thought, was to have nothing on you and enjoy the water, and you seem to be solving a problem that I didn't even know existed by having a blanket on you in the bath. It seems a little bizarre.
For you, because you are a person who are living in a very affluent society, it's very easy to add hot water. But most of the Europe, people are finding that with the rising costs of water and heating costs, taking baths is becoming more luxury. So what's happening now is that the whole family is actually taking a bath in one water. So the kids start first, then the mother, then the father. So he ends up not only with a little bit dirty water, but also very cold.
How much is it, Maya?
Between $20 and $50.
Could I feel the fabric?
I'm fascinated, and I gotta tell you, I don't know if you're crazy or you're crazy like a fox. I just don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this. I don't want to like it, but I like the European aspect because I'm a Croatian who came here on a boat with my mom and dad with, you know, the same $20. So you're right. In Europe, people do that. Hot water is very expensive.
You know, I listened to your past, and it's touching, particularly the hardships you've had. And normally when I hear an idea like this, I would want to tell you what I really thought of it, but then I'm worried bad things will happen to me. If people can't afford hot water, they can't afford $20 blankets. That's what's wrong with this idea.
Maya, I am looking at this blanket. It is a thin and insubstantial bit of sponge, which I am sure has certain insulating properties. I cannot imagine, even on my most wildest and drunkest spree, walking out and spending $20 on this. I have to tell you, I'm out. And frankly, I think you should be as well.
Have you ever, for example, enjoyed reading in a bathtub?
I read in a bath. I drink coffee in a bath. I don't know why I'm saying this on national television.
We don't need more detail.
Okay.
My whole social life is spent in a bath.
Maya, I don't see really the use of this. None of it made sense. It didn't all sort of jive for me. And for that reason, I have to say I'm out.
The aqua blanket has many other uses that I didn't have an opportunity to talk about. For example, for people who like to read in a bathtub, you can rest your book, you can rest nail files on the blanket.
It's heartbreaking to hear your story at times of what you've come through to be there. I understand all that, and I think that you've got a tough sail ahead of you with this blanket. I think you've got a mind can create other things, and I think you should do that. So I'm out.
I would just like to say I'm out because I think it's actually a bad idea, and I'd like you to pursue with the same energy something else, because this isn't what you should be doing with your time, in my opinion. I'm out.
Maya, I'm an immigrant, came to this country with nothing, with a mom and dad, just like you, from communism. I'm going to tell you that all immigrants have an unbelievable work ethic, which it's very obvious you do. But I'm going to give you a piece of advice. When my mom and dad came to this country, they were here for 3 years. And this salesman came along and talked my mom into spending $500 on a vacuum cleaner when we could barely cover our rent.
Right.
And that investment almost ruined our family. And it took us years to get over that. And that day, I said, no one will ever take advantage of my family again. And I'm telling you, and with all the respect in the world, this is not a viable business. Don't spend your money and don't spend your time. You've worked so hard, and you're such a wonderful person to get to this. I don't want to see you suffer from this. So I'm out, and please just take one little bit out of something you've learned here today and be so careful. It's so hard to get ahead. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Maya.
Thanks.
I gotta tell you, that's my mother in this country for 3 years, trying to get ahead. It's heartbreaking.
You know, she struck me as an educated, intelligent, sharp individual.
Lawrence, if she was starting over today, she would never do this.
Yeah.
She just happens to be down this road. She can't see the forest for the trees.
Yep.
She can't give it up. If she gives it up, she's going to feel like a failure.
Yeah.
So that became very emotional at the end between you and Robert. Robert could really identify with you.
Yes, he can, because he's been there too. But I'm very happy for people like Robert, because it gives us inspiration.
What would that have meant to you and your life?
I would very much appreciate to have the knowledge and the expertise of these people that they have. I guess they didn't think that I'm ready yet to join them. And that's just fine. I just have to keep learning, and eventually one day I'll hope to be, either they will join me on my team or invite me to be on their team.
When we return, the Dragons come clean.
What did you value the business at?
You know, I'm going to want to call my business advisor.
I think you should.
This entrepreneur needs his brother to back him up. Do the odds get better when it's 5 on 2?
I don't think you guys would see the doggy poo until you stepped on it.
Stick around and see.
Five hard-to-please dragons are putting their own cash forward to invest, and they're looking for a great opportunity. Will this next hopeful entrepreneur provide them with one and walk away with the investment they've come for?
Hello, Dragons. My name is Gilad Shoham, and I'm from Toronto. My product is called GelFast, and today I will be asking you for $200,000 in exchange for 6% of my company. My company is involved with one thing. Hospital-acquired infections kill more Canadians every year than do all murders, car crashes, plane crashes, war, and terrorism combined. About half of these have been attributed to poor hand hygiene among caregivers. 3 brothers founded this company. Myself, the product developer, my other brother, Dr. Shmuel Shoham, who's a doctor of infectious diseases at Washington Hospital Center, Dr. Dan Shoham, formerly an MIT staff scientist and also a Columbia MBA. GelFast is a wearable alcohol gel delivery device. So as a doctor or nurse walks up to a patient, before they touch the patient, they go like this. Now they have alcohol gel on their hands, and they're ready to provide good patient care without getting them infected and without getting the next patient infected.
Let's get to the business part of it. You developed this device to wash our hands.
Yeah.
So what are you selling it for? How much does it cost you to make it? And do you have sales?
Well, each of these cartridges, which a doctor or nurse will go through in roughly one shift, costs about the cost of a cup of coffee.
99 cents to $3 or $4. What is that?
Which coffee?
It ranges between $2 to $3. That's the typical range it goes for.
How much is the case itself?
If you buy the whole set, it's maybe $10. If you go on a contract with me and you happen to have a hospital and you have 1,000 caregivers and we'll be equipping them year after year, then not only will I give you a good deal on these, I'll give you one of the suppliers.
Getting interested. The juices are flowing. Tell me how we're going to sell this.
We already are. We sell this through a number of different channels. We have made relationships with the best distributors across Canada, coast to coast Canada. Well, we are also targeting distributors in the U.S. Right now, our sales are split about 50-50 between Canada and the U.S. So what are they? We did $140,000 in the last 12 months. Yes, dollars. We have just
That's the whole premise. I buy that. I just can't stand the valuation. It's egregious.
Let me just say that. A hospital administrator is only interested
Once they kill less people this way.
I don't think hospital administrators.
I think the story of less dead guys in hospitals. I'm sick about it. I'm feeling the pain. Show us the love, guys. When I invest, I'm going to bring you into the real world. Then I'm going to introduce you after I've taken my position on to guys who can take this to the moon. Absolutely. I need my position first. Then I'm going to help you. Because I'm greedy, but greed is good. When I'm doing it, it's good. When you're doing it, it's bad because you don't have my money yet. That's the problem.
I like the way you speak.
Exactly.
I want you on the board when you speak with our customers.
Exactly. That's the way it's got to be. So let's start the bidding here. $50,000 for 5% of the business, board seat, in your face every day. That's what you get with me.
I would also take 5% for 50,000.
So, my offer sticks. I'm ready to do that. I'll give you $50,000 for 5%, and in your face, I want your cell phone number. I want to find out what's going on every day, and I will get you, when your time is ready, private equity at a much higher valuation because
Kevin,
I'm a greedy
are you
pig.
accepting me as another partner at 50,000?
Absolutely, I would work with you. Absolutely. These guys have asked for 200. They only got half. I don't hear anybody else speaking here.
I gotta tell you, no disrespect, I don't think you guys would see the doggy poo until you stepped on it. This is not just a matter of money. It's what can those people as board directors bring to the table.
And you know, in the end of the day, we're doing it on the intuitive feeling that you guys know what you're doing. Because, you know, you may hit your numbers, you may not. I squirted some of this on. I get the joke on this deal. That's our offer. You want to go sit in the corner in the dark and think about it? That's fine. But you got to make a decision now.
2 dragons are in, but for only half the money.
So here's your chance. 10%, 100,000.
The brothers realize they'll leave with nothing if they don't get what they asked for.
I guess we can't even create a counteroffer until there is 200 sitting on the table.
Will any of the other dragons come to the rescue and save this deal? Come back and see after the break.
And you reach your fingers underneath and squeeze the waves.
Before the break, the dragons got to try out a new clip-on hand sanitizer.
Very simple. Amazing Lawrence couldn't do this.
2 of the dragons liked it so much, they offered the Shohan brothers $100,000. The problem is, that's only half of what they need.
You get zip unless you get the whole 200. You realize that?
Well, when we're still at the 100,000...
Gilad and Dan aren't happy with the offer so far.
I'd like to hear a better offer.
Everybody would like a better offer.
That's not the way it works.
The brothers are determined to squeeze more money out of the dragons.
The fact that you say you can get more shows to me a lack of understanding of the future and the expertise that's available to develop the business.
Listen, you're being way too
wait
nice,
a minute.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
You're
On
being
that
way too
basis,
enough.
are you in or are you on that basis, I'm just,
do you
I'm
want
coming.
our offer or not? Yes or no?
I'll give you a better offer. These 2 yahoos over here have
Thank you
given
so
you
much.
$100 grand for 10% of the business. I'll give you $250,000 for 20%.
He's offering even more money than they asked for. Robert's bid puts pressure on Kevin and Lawrence.
And you don't need to deal with other people because the key here is you need people who are focused and are ready to move fast. That was my business. I'm not in the retail type of business. I've built companies from 0 to big quickly. And that's what we need to do with this product. So I'll give you $250,000 for 20% of the business. Do we have a deal?
Unless somebody wants to compete.
I'm not going to bid against myself, guys. But there's a reason they call me Mr. Wonderful. You may not find out.
Fair enough. I think we've got a deal.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's a clean hand. That's a clean hand. Thanks, guys.
You guys did a good job.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Kevin, do you smell that?
Smell what? Money?
Yeah, that I'm making and you're not on this deal.
It ain't over yet, sweetie. It's just the beginning of a long, painful...
With $20. Today, he owns a 50,000 square foot mansion. Robert hit it big when he sold his first computer company for $100 million. His second went for $200 million. And there's no stopping this dragon. Now company number 3 is taking off. Jim Treliving used to bust bad guys as an RCMP officer. Now he's the most wanted man in the restaurant business. He built Boston Pizza into a national force with a take of over $1 billion a year. These days, he's into real estate, oil, sports teams, and he just bought Mr. Lube. No wonder he's building one of the most expensive condos in Vancouver. Jennifer Wood ranks as one of the top entrepreneurs on the booming Alberta frontier. She started out piloting bush planes in the north. Now she owns $20 million worth of cattle, a 6,500-acre ranch, and a hot tech company that's driving an old-style industry into cyberspace. Jennifer balances the simple life with sophisticated business savvy. Kevin O'Leary is known as Bay Street's worst nightmare. He's got his own TV show where he breathes fire on bad investments and holds forth on how to get rich. And Kevin should know, he sold his startup computer company for $3.5 billion. He's brash, opinionated, rich, and getting richer. Now he's buying up new businesses and hunting for more. Lawrence Lewin has the life most entrepreneurs can only dream of. Models, lace, lingerie. He's shaped them all into one of the nation's most successful retail empires. This British-born chap collects rare and exotic vehicles. And why not? The company he co-founded, Licenza, took in $410 million last year. First to face the dragons is Eric Hansen. He has what he thinks is the next hot new product, and he needs $500,000. But the number one rule in the den is you have to get at least what you ask for, or you walk away with nothing.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Eric Hansen. I'm here with Fast Trainer. Today, we're seeking $500,000 for 15% of our business. We're a home portable fitness company. We have a safe, easy-to-use, full-body workout that's portable. And maybe I could have our models come out and they could start showing the product.
Eric, your product's looking better already.
It's easy to be fooled by the simplicity I was at first. There's more cords, there's more handles, there's 30 exercises in the base package. And beyond that, there's a golf grip for a golf swing, for building core strength.
The Thigh Master was drop those thighs down. The Pilates thing was the inner core. This primary benefit is what?
I would say it's upper body right now.
I'd definitely say that.
We're demonstrating upper body here today, but you get into a full body workout. Through the 30 exercises, you work core muscles, you isolate all of the muscles in the body. You get the same workout you'd get with the Bowflex, but you're getting it for hundreds of dollars, not thousands, and you can fold it up and put it under your bed.
Are you concerned that you're going to have that device may not gain any share? Because there's not a whole lot of difference between this and all the other stuff with elastic bands attached to it, is there?
I think there's a huge difference.
Like what?
There aren't other devices that are a full body workout.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Just turn it on the TV at 4 in the morning and look at all the people bouncing around on elastic bands. I'm not trying to be insular here, but
I think you were looking in a mirror when you last saw that at 4 in the morning.
Have you got any market research to say that this thing's going to gain any share? And how much share do you need to gain of that market to break even?
I don't know how much share of the market we need to gain. We know how much we need to sell to break even.
How many?
We can break even with 15,000 units sold.
At the $600 price point?
Yes.
I mean, the margins are excellent if you can hold that price point, because it's just a marketing challenge, which is your job.
How much have you guys put into this today?
Today, $1.3 million. $600,000 from the founders, $700,000 from some local sophisticated investors in Edmonton, as well as friends and family.
Eric, there's no infrastructure in terms of a company. There's no full-time employees. So I'm looking at a $1.3 million piece of equipment right there.
Close to. A portion of that money has gone into things like our patents, patented for USA and Canada.
Okay, I'm looking at an $800,000 piece of prototype.
No, it's only $40,000 for both the U.S. and Canada.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
$800,000.
Right.
How have you spent $1.3 million?
Another $150,000 in production, pre-production for the infomercial with Infinity Direct out of California.
Oh, you have an infomercial.
So the infomercial's ready?
It's not ready to go. We need another $150,000 to finish the infomercial.
So it's a $300,000 infomercial?
Including test markets.
With that kind of money, why don't you have an infomercial running today or have this product out? It seems you've burnt a lot of money and you haven't even got out of the gate yet.
There's been a learning process, for sure.
Okay, but what does that mean? Because
that's a hell of a learning process.
$600,000. I don't know what happened to $600,000.
Eric, I want to make mistakes that don't cost me money. It seems like you guys, admittedly, you on your own are telling me, Robert, we spent $1.3 million, we learned something. That's a really expensive mistake. You're scaring me. I mean, it's scary to me. I'm just thinking, how do I know I'm not going to give you $500,000? You're going to be here in 3 months and say, Robert, your money's gone. But I got to tell you, baby, we learned something.
As far as I'm concerned, in my past, I have bought machines of a type, and I'm the classic person who uses them 4 times and they end up under the bed or in a cupboard. I'm looking at something which just doesn't visually impress me. It does look like 4 elastic bands and a handle. By your own admissions, it's got to do $10 million of sales. I've seen so many of these infomercials or bits of them showing different equipment, and my eyes glaze over. I have a lot of doubt about the marketability of it at the price, and for those reasons, certainly I'm out.
You've spent a lot of money to date. The market is full, and maybe it's not. Maybe there is room for this, and maybe it's great. You guys are in good shape. So, you know, but it's just, that's the key for me to start a business deal.
Okay.
I'm out.
You're fighting a big market, and I'll tell you, one of the businesses we were involved in there, we spent $30 million and still not breaking even on the company yet. And that's how tough it is in the U.S. And I've been there 5.5 years. And there's 100 machines that are out there that are trying to do a deal. So on that point, I'm out. I just feel that you're really fighting a tough market down there.
I'm looking at $1 million prototype, and you've got to sell $10 million worth of them to break even. You're scaring the hell out of me. And I have to tell you, I'm not getting excited. There's no buzz with it for me. I'm out.
I can't get there. I don't think 500,000 is enough. You're at a point where if you don't get some cash and prove this thing, that $1.5 million or 6, whatever it is, that's going to zero. And I just don't want to be part of that scene, so I'm out.
Thank you. I'm still just as optimistic as I have been all the time about the company.
Really? You
Absolutely.
don't find it discouraging that 5 business experts sat there and said, oh, I don't see it?
Not with the business experts that are backing us and believe in us now.
When we return,
research has shown that napping helps you build a reserve of energy.
Can a scientifically proven product make money for this pitcher?
How absurd is that idea?
Next into the den, Marilyn Porter from Toronto thinks she can make her fortune by putting people to sleep. She wants $150,000 for her company called Time Out Naps.
And I'm willing to give a 20% stake in the business. Research has shown that napping helps you build a reserve of energy so that you can have a more productive day and also a more positive mood. Time Out will provide a facility where people can get away from their office or their workplace.
She plans to rent vacant office space and set up rest stops for employees to grab power naps while they're at work.
You want me to invest in a business where you take people out of a business and put them to sleep? Is that a good idea?
Well,
Marilyn hasn't clued into the fact that these hard-driving entrepreneurs don't sleep on the job.
How absurd is that idea?
Or pay their employees to snooze on company time.
Marilyn, hasn't this already been invented? Isn't it called a hotel?
Despite the heavy skepticism,
NASA did research and they found that a short nap.
Marilyn fights back with her research.
It has been proven, there's been a lot of research done in Canada.
Why would I want my employees sleeping on the job?
Because you want them to be productive. Would you rather have them work at their computer?
I want them to sleep at night when I'm not paying them anything.
But the fact is, sleep experts are saying there was a large study done.
Who cares? I can't have my
people
employees
are not getting enough sleep.
I understand why it's important for people to be refreshed so that there's more productivity in the workplace.
Yes.
But what's the business?
Taking that 20 minutes or half an hour out can mean a
We
large difference in productivity.
But no matter what she says about her big dream, these dragons just won't wake up.
Nobody ever in their right mind would invest in a business that encourages its people to go off for a sleep.
This is a horrible idea. Horrible idea. Any business that would hire you is going to go out of business. I'm out.
I think you should really look back at what you're trying to do here. I'm out.
Okay, I appreciate your
Man,
feedback.
I've never had problems with employees sleeping because I fire them when they do that. I will pay you to stay away from any business that I've invested in. And if you come near it, I'll set that teddy bear on fire.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your opinions.
Okay. It's a nice pillow.
Maybe the concept is just too soon. Part of my reason for coming was to get the Dragon's opinion on my business concept.
What did you think of their opinion?
They think their people are being productive 7 to 10 hours a day. They are kidding themselves.
Well, thanks for coming today.
Okay, thank you.
Go have a
Thank you
nice
very much
nap
for the
now.
opportunity. Oh, thank you.
Next into the den is Stephen Campbell. He's convinced his idea could make millions, but can he get the dragons to buy in for $500,000?
My name is Stephen Campbell from St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm an engineer, and I've developed a method of tidal power energy. I'm here requesting investment of $500,000, from which I'll give you 5% of the royalties that would be derived from this patented technology. This method is relatively simple. It consists of large paddle wheels encased in a concrete caisson. The typical size would be 40 meters wide by 40 meters deep by 120 meters long.
It's the motion of the ocean that Stephen's trying to sell. He hopes to harness the power of the tides and convert it into electricity. Right away, the dragons have a hard time grasping Stephen's grand vision.
I mean, the investment just to build one would be massive, wouldn't it?
Each caisson would cost about $30 million. I was the supervising engineer on the construction of the Hibernia gravity-based structure as well. of a very strong background in concrete structures.
Have you approached governments or provincial governments or hydro
Last week
companies?
I met with Minister Duke in Nova Scotia, who are very interested, and they've put forward a major initiative for tidal power energy, as well as the Ocean Renewable Energy Group, part of the Innovation Council of BC.
I just don't understand it. I mean, I just
Let
don't understand.
me tell you the business side of it then. This will create gigawatts of power from the tidal stream, 10, 15 from the Belle Isle Strait. The Bay of Fundy, 20 gigawatts. BC, British Columbia, 10, 15 gigawatts of power.
Are you selling power, or are you selling this?
Power is what we're selling.
Contraption.
Energy. Renewable energy forever for Canada and the world.
Let me ask you this question.
I never got to finish my first one.
Well, you're telling us you're selling gigawatt here, gigawatt there, but really, let's talk about the money for a moment. I give you $500,000. Okay, I'm interested. I can make 7% with that every year, pretty well risk-free, as I do as an investor. I am going to have to wait till I am dead before you can give me a royalty stream. You got to build these things. How many years from now? The opportunity loss of my 7%, what do I get for that? What are you going to pay me?
A 1 gigawatt project would wholesale at 5.5 cents a kilowatt hour at about $500 million per year.
When?
A 10% royalty. Well, we're looking at a pilot project in 3 years.
When does the cash flow back on my 500K?
We see it in 4 to 5 years.
What do you need the 500,000 for? Why isn't it $1 million? Why isn't it $2 million?
That's because we can leverage, I can leverage that into $2 million through government, industry, and academia support.
What you want us to do is fund more research for you to see if your idea is really true.
No, well, actually, I have the existing research documents with me if you'd like to review afterwards. And the return from a 1 gigawatt project at a 10% royalty, and I'm offering you 5%, but 10% of the whole royalty would be $50 million a year. I'm offering you the potential of $2.5 million per year for your life, your children's lives, and your children's children's lives.
Stephen, I think I would get into a bottle of Screech with you in Newfoundland anytime.
I don't drink, sir.
Well, I do. And I intend to have more Screech after we're looking at this program, because I'm not into that at all, and I'm out.
Not into renewable energy for Canada?
No, I just told you where my position was, and that's what I'm doing.
Stephen, to me, you've just thrown out lots of lingo. There's nothing wrong with it, and if there's nothing wrong with it, there's something wrong with it, so I'm out.
This is now a collaborative research project with the National Research Council of Canada. They see the merit in this technology and are fully backing it. This has phenomenal potential for Canada and the world.
Then maybe you haven't explained it right to me.
Well, its simplicity is that it's paddle wheels that harness the movement of the water. And the tide is forever. It's driven by the moon.
There, little girl.
Jennifer, you just don't get it.
I don't
you
get
just
it.
don't get it. That's your
You're
problem.
off to the moon.
I'm out.
It is a simple concept.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Stephen, when I look at such a massive item and think of government involvement, I think of money just being poured away for years, not just this $500,000, which probably wouldn't pay for an analyst's report. And for that reason, I would not go ahead and put a cent into this. I'm out.
Well, that'd be your opportunity lost.
Just want to say, you said it's my opportunity lost.
Your opportunity
When you
lost.
come to somebody who is a potential investor, it is best not to sling out a slightly sarcastic remark at the end.
It's a real one. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. My colleagues figure that 5% royalty on this is a lot more, giving away a lot more than what's being taken in return.
It's very difficult to listen to your idea because you're a very sarcastic and arrogant guy. I'm not trying to be rude to you, but I can't see
That's a pretty rude comment.
But you are. You're putting down other people. It's your responsibility
I didn't put it down.
to explain.
I was correcting as well that wave energy is intermittent. Tidal is continuous.
Stephen, I just don't want to be in business with you. I'm out.
There's a phrase that brings terror into my heart, and it's this. Hi, I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you. When I deal with the government, I write them checks. It's called taxes, and it's the cost of being an entrepreneur. And I run
whenever I'm offered a partnership with them. And this smacks of that. There's no way you're going to sink these in the ocean without the government approving it. And I'm afraid you will die of old age, and maybe that's your tombstone.
If you're looking at very small risk and reward, you're thinking small, yes. But if you think larger on the reward side of things...
You're a small guy with a small
Well, I didn't say that. I said you're thinking short term
You're
as well.
wasting your breath here. Don't waste your breath on us because we're done.
Well, I look forward to proving you wrong.
He was so rude. I can't believe it.
Every engineer that looks at this is so simple, and that it'll likely be the 8th engineering marvel of the world.
So you're looking forward to proving them wrong, you said?
Of course, we will. It does work. We've already done the major hydrodynamic study and also the ice study, and the orders of magnitude were immense. And therefore, we know that it'll work.
When we return,
we're actually from a small family farm.
two brothers hope this new business will free them from the family farm.
We're willing to sell that to invest in this company. We believe in it so much.
You're willing to sell the farm?
We're willing to sell the farm.
And later,
this is a bright idea.
A rather private product gets a public presentation.
I see that it could be in places like La Senza.
Will she make a sale?
You actually have some numbers to back you up.
Come back and see.
All the entrepreneurs who come into the Den truly believe their products could be multi-million-dollar money makers. The Warburg brothers are so convinced they put everything they own on the line. But will the Dragons buy in for $500,000? Remember, it's the Dragons' own money they're asking for.
We're actually from a small family farm in southern Manitoba, and it was a farm that was failing.
The brothers begin with an emotional tale.
We left the farm about 8 years ago and went to Winnipeg. We started a restaurant there, and it's proved to be very successful. And our gross is about $1 million a year. And we're able to, after the first couple of years, buy back our family farm. And it just shows that we are determined to be successful, that we don't give up.
Now they want to make money in the gift card business.
We introduced a program that allows us the value of more than one merchant to be loaded onto the card.
Instead of one gift certificate for one store, the brothers' idea, called It's My Card, can be redeemed at multiple outlets.
We're here today asking for a $500,000 investment, and we're willing to sell a 10% stake of our company.
Guys, I hate to destroy the myth out there, but it's already been done, and it's huge right now. We're in the business of that. We also have gift cards across the country.
One thing that isn't happening is that people aren't customizing cards. For instance, if
ours is customized to fit us. I can walk into any drugstore in the U.S. where we're going into now, and I can walk in and buy an American Express $50 card, I can buy a $100 card, I can buy a La Senza, I can buy a Boston Pizza, I can buy any kind of these cards are on a rack.
Yeah, but you can't put it on one card.
I want my marketing on my card.
I'm sorry, I don't see it either.
Where Lawrence and Jim only see problems,
I understand what Jim is saying.
Robert sees opportunities.
These guys are saying no to the idea, but they're both saying we're doing it in a big way. So that's what I'm hearing. I'm wondering if I can take a lot of small businesses and put them together and create a brand.
Absolutely.
With Robert's encouragement, the brothers inch towards a deal.
You must think there's a very large market. Tell me about that.
We have certain commission rates that we've determined would be the starting point of
What are they?
Be 5% and 10%, for example.
Until Kevin finds out they plan to take 10% off the top of every transaction.
Are you out of your mind?
Well, I mean, that's
are you
too.
really? Do you think I would let you, as a consumer, suck 10 points off me on a debit transaction? Are you on crack cocaine?
All of a sudden, the gift card idea is in serious trouble. That's when the brothers raise the stakes by offering up their family farm.
We're willing to sell that to invest in this company. We believe in it so much.
You're willing to sell the farm?
We're willing to sell the farm.
I grew up in a small town called Virden, Manitoba.
Wow.
It's a great place. When I left there and joined the Mountain Police and went on, I'm now in the restaurant business and a whole bunch of other businesses we're involved in. Stay in what you're doing and making money at. Don't sell the family farm for this.
I don't think there's a tangible business plan. I'm out.
Keep working hard, but I'm out.
Appreciate it. This is a dark and sinister idea. I'm out.
By now, even Robert's initial interest has disappeared.
I mean, I've tried it from this angle, that angle. When the big guys say no, the value proposition better be crystal clear. I'm out.
Thank
you. Those are the two best guys we've seen with the worst idea.
If it comes to it and you need the money, will you sell your family farm?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100% of it. Yeah. We believe in the project so much that we don't feel that it's a big risk. And,
But these experts, 5 business guys who've made tons and tons of money, just listened to a long pitch from you guys and said, do not sell your farm.
You know, we're not interested in making our millions by the time we're like 55, 60 years old. We're interested in making it while we're young, and so that we have the rest of our lives to enjoy it. And there's lots of people that run family farms that never have more than that. We are interested in having more than that.
So far tonight, no one's left with any money. But can JP Rain convince the Dragons to loosen up and give her $300,000?
Hello, Dragons. My name's JP Rain. I'm from Kingston, Ontario. I'm looking for a $300,000 investment, and I would like to offer 30% of my product company, plus dividends.
Little current yield, that's interesting. That's my kind of idea, that's good. What do you do?
This is a bright idea. Does anyone know what it is?
Looks like an outline of a bulb.
Right. Bright
Looks like
idea.
Something that Kevin would take to bed with him.
I got a bad feeling. So
JP, what is it?
What is it? It's a body care product for women.
That thing?
A body care product. It's a body care product for...
JP, you realize my children are watching right now.
What part of the body does this care for?
Well, it helps to repair muscles after childbirth, prepare muscles for childbirth.
Which muscles?
The muscles that are used in childbirth.
Okay, JP.
Okay, you just lost 4 dragons. Go.
It's an exercise device.
JP, we've
Yes.
been a bit circumspect about this. As I'm in the lingerie business, perhaps I'm qualified to talk about it.
Yes.
You are
Thank you.
suggesting that this is a product that a lady that has had children would insert so as to relieve tension.
So as to develop the muscles, to work the muscles.
This resistance device is designed to help women perform Kegel exercises. These exercises strengthen and tone women's pelvic muscles.
Somehow feels like a product that once again cuts men out of the equation. But that's okay. You carry on, JP.
Not at all. Not at all. If women are happy, men are happy. Is that not right? And as men, of course, you don't have the parts to understand or to know how that works. Sorry.
1 or 2 of these guys have worked with those parts in the past, even though they don't own them. They have become tenants to those parts.
Has this been tested? Do you have people that have actually worked with it and said that it's not painful and in fact...
Kevin, I know you think you're an expert on everything, but here we have a female product. Why are you talking? Why is Jennifer not talking?
I'm asking.
I'm waiting. We're waiting.
JP,
Go ahead.
Ignore these people. They're totally unruly. Carry on.
It's an exercise product, And it's been proven in order to prevent problems later on in life like incontinence, which helps to fuel the adult diaper industry.
JP, do you have a patent
And there's
on that
nothing
thing?
else like this. Yes, I do have a patent.
Her product may be tough to talk about, but her sales figures aren't.
You sold any of those?
Yes, I have.
And how much do you charge for them?
$49.95.
And what does it cost you to make them?
My projections are based on $5 per.
Excellent margins, JP.
So 75 to 79% margins.
That's pretty good.
Okay, what's your business proposal?
My business proposal is that this product could be positioned in drugstores all across the country. I see that it could be in places like La Senza.
I don't think so. I can't see some husband going out and saying, I bought you this, sweetie, to stop you becoming incontinent in later life.
No.
And you may find it a trifle amusing as well.
Has JP sabotaged her pitch by waiting too long to reveal she's already got steady sales in the U.S.?
Well, we got the big banana now.
We're going.
Is a banana a case for that thing?
Yes. I have a store in Chicago that sells them right now. They've been selling them for just a little over 3 years. They've sold 624 units to date. My projections are based on 30 stores selling 20 units per month.
When you first stepped out here, I thought, are you a crazy chicken or a funky chicken? I couldn't decide. But you actually have some numbers to back you up. The fact that they're selling in Chicago is interesting. I don't know if it's a sex shop or a drugstore or whatever. You know, it's not a business I'm going to invest in for just a whole bunch of reasons that I think are obvious. But I wish you good luck with this. I'm out.
I'm out.
It's just not a serious product for me, both from a business and an interest perspective, so I'm out.
I'm super double out.
Jennifer?
Yes, JP, I think you've brought a very difficult subject. You've taken the brunt of a lot of jokes. Probably there is a market for it. It's the opposite end of the spectrum of what my business is.
Yes, I know.
Total opposite spectrum. You may have something, but I'm out.
And if you learn nothing else today, JP, you have confirmed that men are tasteless and snigger when any association or wording associated with women's body parts is around and never have got over being 12-year-old schoolboys.
Thank you.
She wasn't crazy.
She wasn't off the deep end. I'll tell you, that's very difficult to come up and even talk about that.
Did you get anything positive out of this experience?
I guess the opportunity to present it to savvy investors, that's one thing. However, I'm not really convinced as to how savvy they are right now.
You think they're a little bit out to lunch on this one?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There you go. When we return,
that's the most popular one.
The Dragons are still hungry for a deal.
Not bad, not bad.
Can they be tempted with tasty profits from this salad dressing?
Can you supply the U.S. market, and are they willing to take your product?
Come back to the Den after the break. Success in the Den requires a great pitch, a great product, and a great personality. And even then, it's a struggle. Jennifer McDonald's hoping she's got it all covered. This young mother is looking for $200,000. And remember, it's the Dragon's own money she's asking for.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Jennifer McDonald, and my company is Senabel Gourmet Organics. My company has a proprietary process that manufactures Canada's first certified organic omega-3 salad dressing and Canada's first certified organic bread dipping oil. Today, I'm looking for an investment of $200,000 in return for 20% shares in my company. 5 years ago, I quit my job as a professional engineer to stay at home with my young children. My middle son, Ben, developed childhood eczema as a baby, a really severe case. I started looking for a way to treat his eczema, and I came across the amazing qualities of flax oil. I started giving it to him and taking it myself. but it didn't taste very good. So I started experimenting with flax oil in my kitchen, and I landed a winner one night when I added it to a salad dressing I was preparing.
Jennifer, tell me about the business. Yeah.
I have launched with my first distributor, the Ontario Natural Food Co-op, in July of this year. In the first month with the ONFC, 33 new accounts brought in my products, including Whole Foods Market, which is the fastest growing organic and natural food market in North America.
How many stores do they have it in? Whole Foods?
They have it just in the 2 in Toronto right now.
And what does it cost? How much did you sell them for?
Okay, on average it cost me $310. I'm selling them for $425. That's about a 27% gross margin. However, this time next year, my gross margin will be approaching 40% when I'm realizing some benefits to buying in bulk.
Why would people buy this product? Because it's organic and they are looking for organic dressing?
First of all, they're going to pick up my product because it's a beautiful looking product. The label is fantastic. They pick it up.
It's a great label.
Thank you.
Yeah, all credit to you.
They see the certified organic seal on the bottom, which means to the qualified and the educated buyer that it's a good product. Then they turn it over, and Canadians and North Americans look at the label, and they see 2 grams of omega-3 per serving, which is almost 7 times the amount of omega-3 for a leading omega-3 salad dressing.
But you're talking like that's beneficial.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Joe Ordinary Consumer. I have no idea that was even a beneficial ingredient.
Consumers are looking for omega-3 fatty acids because 85% of North Americans are deficient in omega-3 fatty acids.
Did you know this, Jennifer?
Yes.
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 Everybody
So
else
can we go to, enough of the information.
So far, Jennifer's got all the questions covered. But does her company have what it takes to really make a dragon happy? A business that can grow much bigger.
Can you supply the U.S. market, and are they willing to take your product?
I can supply the U.S. market. I'm working with a co-packer right now that's certified organic, and they can produce up to 500,000 cases per year of my product. So right now, production is not a question.
Isn't the natural extension is serve it up? It's right there. You've got some interest. People are sniffing around. Why don't you let us taste it?
Please, come and taste it.
Stick it right on there. All right.
There you go.
What different flavors do you have?
That's the most popular one. This is the urban garlic vinaigrette. I also have a sun-dried tomato and basil vinaigrette and a balsamic vinaigrette. Those are my 3
What do you think, Kevin?
Not bad. Not bad. I was expecting some foreign taste, but it's pretty good.
Is it pretty good or is it really good?
It's really good. It's not bad.
What does omega-3 mean?
Omega-3 is a polyunsaturated fatty acid that's shown to help reduce the risk of heart disease. It's an essential fatty acid that we need for health, and it's found in flax oil.
I'm out of this because I don't understand the product.
Okay.
I've got a proposal for you.
Thank you.
I'm interested. I'm in agribusiness, and so I understand what you're talking about. I know the difficulties. We have a natural hormone-free product of beef, so I understand part of the whole business, the labeling. I would say, though, that you need to offer more percentage. I would offer you $100,000, and I would want 25% for that.
One Dragon in, but for only half the money. One Dragon is already out. Now Jennifer must convince Robert, Kevin, or Jim to buy in for another $100,000 or the deal is off.
Jennifer, you're one of the best presenters we've seen. You know your product. You have a passion for it. I don't know the distribution. I can't add enough value to it to get it off the ground quickly. So I'm out.
I'm out.
Jennifer still needs to raise $100,000 for this deal to close. Jim, who has made millions in the food business, is her last hope.
I like your product. I think it's great. I'm very interested.
Thank you.
I do the same as Jennifer. I want 25%. I'll give you $100,000 as well. So you got $200,000 in the deal.
Jennifer has the cash she came looking for, but the Dragons want to take half her company.
Did you do that deal, Jennifer?
Did I do 200 for 50? I would do 200 for 40.
for Jennifer McDonald's line of organic salad dressing.
But we want 50%.
But for that, they want to control half her company.
Would you do that deal, Jennifer?
I would do 240.
Can she be convinced?
Sometimes 50% of $1 billion or $1 million is a lot better than 100%.
Yes.
$25,000.
For sure.
Jim offers to bring even more to the table.
In Alberta already, we can take that stuff tomorrow morning and put it in there. We're looking for more. And I also know that there's more people. I've been to Dallas, in Alberta. I'm in.
I had talked with my husband about it before I came here, and I said my top is going to be 40%, no more than that. But when it came down to working with 2 people versus working with just 1, I was willing to do that because that's an invaluable contribution to my company.
How are you going to have time for your children now that you're about to become a mogul?
I've been able to do it so far by getting up before my kids and working for an hour.